Welcome to Revealing the Narc. Join me as I highlight narcissistic traits in celebrities and public figures. Everything here is in my opinion and it's not professional advice. If you enjoy the analysis, please like and subscribe. I found this article online today and it got me thinking, especially, let me read the title. How Prince Harry and Meghan Markle went from being salt and pepper to at a crossroads. So that salt and pepper analogy or metaphor, that got me really interested here because it just feels like something that could be used as a manipulation tactic, in my opinion. So let's read the subheading. It says, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made their first joint public appearance together in months on Thursday. And in the video, they talked about prioritizing children's safety online. This is the video that has been all over social media the last few days. Maybe I'll show you all a clip. I actually did a live with Steph the Alter Nerd, and we spent probably about a half an hour going through a couple of clips that I had picked. So maybe I'll show a couple of them right now. What I see in this first clip is Meghan looking up lovingly at Harry, and this is the very beginning of this video clip. It reminds me a lot of the picture that Harry and Meghan took in New York, where Meghan is also looking up at him lovingly, very similar to this video. The reason I mention that is that we all know Meghan can't stand Harry, in my opinion, and allegedly. She shoots daggers, in my opinion, and allegedly, whenever the man is talking. So this behavior, the way she's looking at him, feels more like it's about the cameras. Just to give a little bit of information about this video clip, it was meant to be played at the, let me look it up real quick, the Global Ministerial Conference on Violence Against Children in Colombia, and that occurred on November 7th and 8th, and Harry and Meghan weren't there. They made this video presentation to the people that were present at the conference. It's interesting that they would not be in attendance, considering that they went to Colombia earlier this year, in August, I believe, specifically because they wanted to promote this conference and they wanted to be involved in this conference. They mentioned a couple times that it's occurring in November and they were very excited about it. You and I both know what the purpose of what their end game is, right? They really do not like the First Amendment. They do not like freedom of speech, and they are trying to find as many ways of chipping at it with the hope of eventually it snowballing into, there's no freedom of speech, in my opinion, of course. Just for fun, let's watch one more clip.
Together we can harness this moment to drive lasting change.
The reason I picked this one is because the whole time Harry and Meghan are standing incredibly stiff. They're not moving. It's almost like they can't stand for their bodies almost to be touching each other, right? There's not a whole lot of affection there, which is really strange considering how much Meghan really claws at him usually. So when Meghan uses the word harness, to me that felt like a code word, like, okay, it's time to show some affection. It was like right on cue. I'll play it one more time for you all to see. And, this is a little bit of comedic relief. So you can either believe that that's what's happening or take it as a joke. But either way, it's interesting. Also, I'm interested if you all see it too, if you think that's what's happening. And if you do, please drop it in the comments.
Together we can harness this moment to drive lasting change.
So let's get into the article. I did kind of an abbreviated version of the article because I really wanted to focus on that salt and pepper comment. So here goes. For the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have made a string of solo appearances together recently, each successful for its own cause. The couple, who married in May 2018, are at a crossroads with their work, they said in a poignant video on Thursday. That's interesting. I don't recall when they used the word crossroads that it was referring to their work. I thought it was more referring to, as a society, we're standing at the crossroads of how to deal with or regulate the online environment. But I will have to check on that. If any of you remember, please go ahead and drop it in the comments. However, it is true, I believe, that they are at a crossroads, if that's a good way of putting it. I think Meghan has realized that Harry is the one that can save their sinking ship. And I don't know how well she understands that. I think it would be very difficult for her to take accountability for that. I think there would be, I could imagine her just saying things like, oh, well, it's because I'm mixed race, or it's because I'm a woman, things like that, to try to account for why she hasn't been successful, even though Harry has. And she has to do that. She has to find excuses that are outside of herself in order to not hurt her fragile ego. And we know, the narcissists that I've dealt with, it's like that. It's never their fault. It's never their fault. It's other people's problems. It's other people's reasoning, because they are perfect in every way. In every way. And it's really difficult to work with people like that, or have friends and family that are like that, because you never get validation. You never get, I'm sorry for what I said. There's always an excuse for the behavior. Yeah, it takes big shoulders to be able to say genuinely when you're wrong. And unfortunately, narcissists do not have the shoulder width to do that. The article continues, it is quite the change from Meghan's take in 2022 of the salt and pepper picture. She had told a reporter, salt and pepper are always passed together. You never move one without the other. That's me and Harry. We're like salt and pepper. We always move together. Okay, so this is for me when the sirens went off. This does not... Okay, look, in theory, this sounds beautiful. But knowing what we know about their relationship, and also I'm pulling from my own history in romantic relationships, this is not a healthy dynamic. And let's talk about a couple of reasons why. Using this salt and pepper analogy, it is Meghan trying to say that they completely complement each other. And from a narcissistic perspective, this analogy might be used as an attempt to reinforce a sense of superiority or uniqueness in the relationship. Narcissists often portray themselves and their relationships as exceptional or somehow above others to affirm their self-importance. I have experienced this. This happens a lot during the love bombing stage, when you meet someone where the relationship, this is once in a lifetime. We are Zeus and Hera. We are amazing. We are going to change the world. And this salt and pepper analogy, I think, ties in well to that. The other thing this salt and pepper analogy implies is that they are not complete unless they're together. And that is something that is reinforced from what I have seen when I have been with a partner who is a narcissist, and a diagnosed narcissist. It's not my interpretation. This is diagnosable. So it's like you can't live without the other. You need each other. You have to exist together. It's almost, it's like codependency, right? And my advice to all of you is, you do not complete somebody else. You are a complete person yourself. When you're in a relationship with someone, you are two complete people, and you come together to enjoy your time together and to be together, but you on your own are a whole entire person. Just to expand on this a little bit, self-identity and independence are really important before entering a romantic relationship because it allows you to maintain a strong sense of self. So when you are with a partner that is also secure in their identity and able to function independently, you are more likely to have a fulfilling relationship. You will bring authentic selves to the relationship rather than relying on someone else to fill a void that you might be feeling. Also, by being a complete person, that means you have boundaries. So a lot of times I've mentioned to Meghan that Meghan doesn't have boundaries. People are an extension of her. So, of course, there are no boundaries. The way I pictured is like an octopus, right? Like, yes, she's the octopus, but her tentacles are all the people that are under her spell. There are no boundaries because that's part of her. Now, if you go into a relationship and you are yourself a complete person, you're able to maintain these healthy boundaries, you're able to say no without fear of abandonment or anything like that. So it's really important to be able to feel like you have a complete sense of self. You'll be able to maintain better boundaries. And when you feel like you're a whole person on your own, you're less likely to lose yourself in the relationship or to sacrifice your personal needs and desires for the sake of another person. These healthy boundaries will also help promote respect, trust, and balance in a relationship. Also, when you enter a relationship as a complete person, you're not looking for someone for validation or fulfillment, but you're looking for an equal partner. This enables both partners to grow together, support each other's goals, support each other's dreams, without the pressure of one person being responsible for the other's happiness or sense of completion. It's so fulfilling, I believe, to be in a relationship that would be as like described here versus the dynamic we see between Harry and Meghan, this salt and pepper analogy. So I'm curious to know what you all think about this. Did this resonate with you at all? Please leave me comments. I'm interested to know how you feel about it. If this was interesting to you, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you all soon. Goodbye.